Famudem, una good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever on a day. And una welcome to this exclusive. Now the program Inside Salon today, now the Dead and Now Media Empire with the broadcast live on Facebook. Me now na host and presenter, Mohamed Kamara, commonly known as Supermed. And today, na Monday, the 1st of March, 2021. Happy New Month to una all. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans. This special program today, they present Mr. Alfred Conteh, when are the chief litigant. Now the latest case where the APC party gets na court before the Justice Adrian Fisher. This man, Mr. Alfred Conteh, now the chief litigant for that case day. So ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leonean, plenty question along there where people they ask. We get the opportunity today for talk to the man himself when are the chief litigant of that particular case day against the APC party. Key stakeholders them, the APC party even included the PPAC as defendants by this particular case. So because like we are saying, a very interesting program. I feel say plenty question there where this young man, where this particular man for can answer to we where people them, APC supporters them, sympathizers them, and well-wishers them all want to know why this case again, because they know say the first case don't come where now be against the NRM against the APC party. They don't manage for sort them out after a lengthy negotiation, and suddenly just after that case they don't throw out from courts, this new case don't come against the APC party. When the person will bring this new case against the APC party, now him will get today na this platform. This man, they call him Mr. Alfred Conteh, based in the United States of America. Now him bring this case against the APC party. So I know say most of them don't ask plenty questioning. Well, the man says something welcome, and we're glad you forget to on the platform. So please, ladies and gentlemen, when allow we hit that share button so that we get plenty people in, we go come hear from the man himself. This man na intake APC na court. The latest case where una the report say they don't slam APC very tough injunction. Where even tough past the first injunction where they slap them. And this trip before a judgment and call Justice Adrian Fisher. Then they deal with this particular case here. So the person will bring this case against the APC stakeholders and the APC party, as well as even PPAC, because PPAC they among the defendants them. This chief complainant say I'm gonna get in at the platform. Sometimes they with man they call him litigant. But just at the same time we say complainant. Now him who gets na the platform today, Mr. Alfred Conteh. So it go nice for we can hear, we can ask Mr. Alfred Conteh why he take APC na court. Him as a member of the APC party, what to make a fee say that could be beneficial to the APC party in supporters and members them. So there are very many critical questions them, where I believe say most APC members them, supporters them, sympathizers them, go one way we ask this gentleman Yasu. We'll get them today. Now the platform. So please, Unalo begin share this program so that plenty people will get the opportunity for Yegi directly from this man Yasu. And then people they go make them up their own mind now, many Yegi from this man force. Because you know, sometimes we can emotionally charged by certain issues. There are plenty people were really unhappy with this latest case here again against the APC party. Because they say, but APC don't go through so much with that first case. They don't bend backward for accommodate the people we go complain them in a court. Now them people they say don't satisfy. Because they hear from them people they don't want to be chief litigants for that case. Mr. Minkailu Koma say incessant don't satisfy, say yes, the party don't bend backward for accepting the reform ideas they wouldn't come with. And in fact, they add even more reforms. So now everybody wonder, say, but why he make this new litigants go sue APC again na court? Today, the mandate at the platform na yasu. And they join me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue for share. Mr. Alfred Conteh, they join me right now. I just don't admit him. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to now join me for a welcome Mr. Alfred Conteh to the program Inside Salon today. Now the then and now media empire. Mr. Alfred Conteh, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alfred Conteh. We're very pleased for getting you on the platform because like I say, plenty of people they ask questions about this case. First of all, I want to quickly confirm this. Now you know the chief litigant for this case here.
Yes, Namina, actually the chief litigant and the only litigant.
Okay, thank you very much. That's what I want to ask as well. The only litigant. And where are the defendants? Who do you take in a court?
Beautiful question. The lawsuit actually is against the leadership, which is Ernest Bai Koroma, the secretariat, of course, because in this lawsuit, why people say the injunction is stiffer than the other one, we take into consideration the financial probity of the party. Okay, so because of that, we have to bring in the secretariat and the chairman. So Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, the former president, who sits as the only former president when a chairman of a political party, now the one whole world, and then we bring in the secretariat and the party. Of course, if you do this, you get to include them. And then the fourth defendant is the PPRC.
PPRC. Okay, I believe say the one question where all man they urge for ask you is that why make you bring on this case against the APC party?
Well, first of all, me APC, and I love the party. I love the party so much. I believe so if we continue down this path, we will get problem down the road. Other people go sue. And the time we then go sue, we'll not go able to get chance for make corrections. So I say, you know what? It's better we do it now. It's better we stop any future lawsuit, any future legal confusions. We need to put an end to it now. Because if they go ahead and do it in the one do, because man they allow, no go now, no get convention, no pick somebody who go to election. If we not correct them mistakes here, if we not cross with T's and dot with I's, somebody go sue we down the road and bring everything we don't make down the drain. You know, one thing where people don't know, APC is a national party. Because we the campaign to the entire country, anybody in the country can sue we. Anybody. So things that they will need for fix before we move on. So at this time, I believe this is the time to fix it. And one of the things we will fix, now the legitimacy of the current executive. They not get no legitimacy for sign anything on behalf of the APC. They not get the legitimacy for take with a convention. They not get the legitimacy for adopt a constitution.
Okay,
so
Mr. Conteh, let me just interject quickly. Because one clarification we want to still a keen focus is what's not the main issue then when you take the party na court for? Are you saying it's because of the legitimacy of the executive, or you mentioned financial probity as well? Is that the issue, that the two reasons, or you get any other reason?
Well, to summarize, those are the two main issues.
Okay, so what's another financial probity for the benefit of all others? You able to digest into a little bit, let people understand what you mean?
Well, it's simple. Ernest Koroma, the current de facto leader of the party, take over the leadership of the party in 2001. And then in 2005, he became leader and chairman. So he's the end all and all of the party. He ruled for 11 years within a power. Immediately after he left power, the party broke. We not get money, no nothing. And every time you look at the APC, we broke, money nothing. So we want to know what's happened. Because people they say, we need an S for be chairman, because I ain't get money, I ain't go spend. So we want to know if this party not get money, why? Who's how we spend that? How much money come? How we go? So based on that, we want to let Ernest Koroma go to court, let go explain to the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, Mr. Conteh.
Especially the members of the APC.
Mr. Conteh, but before you bring Karakese, you will not ever endeavor for contact the party for find out whether the party broke or not broke?
I no need for endeavor. Me na post where they sponsor this party. You understand? So I don't need for really endeavor. I know say the party broke because now they want that. They need money, they need money, they need money. And it's clear say they need. So then go prove to if them broke or they're not broke, you know?
No, but Mr. Conteh, I want dig Palani a little bit. Because if me get issue with you, I want wait and go say this issue, I want to make sure say I exhaust all the other avenues then before I will take any drastic action. If you owe me money, I get to make sure say I ask you say, hey, Bobby man, if you owe me money or where the money will owe me. So if you want to know if the party, the people that talk say the party broke, maybe that was just a strategy for me to go fundraise more because as you know, they say politics is money. And you say based on the United States of America, their own presidential election $1 billion. So if the people they say they broke, maybe like just a strategy for me to go able to continue for fundraise. So I make an ask you say if you don't actually try for contact the party for say wait so I want to know financial status. Una give me some sort of because you're a party member. If you're able to ask for anything, have you ever tried to do that? You don't try one day for one.
No, the reality is you hit the nail. If the party they say them broke, we don't need for go ask again, you know? That would be like a waste of energy. So my point is, if we broke, we want to know why we broke. You understand? You say the party they say we broke, maybe they want to use them as a strategy. Well, if they want to use them as a strategy, good. Let me go let can tell we why you they use the statement say we broke, where you know say we're not broke.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll not continue for share the program. Like what I said today, we'll get Mr. Alfred Conteh on the platform CSF, and Mr. Alfred Conteh, the chief and only litigant. But this case, as I think the justice, Adrian Fisher, where they handle this case, a don't slam even more severe injunction by the party past the previous one where NRM, where the NRM case, where the party began with the NRM case. But Mr. Alfred Conteh, again, going forward, the party, you say because the current executive, then term for them a power done. But the people, the APC party will say, now he make the party don't do, they want go into convention so that then go adopt the new constitution where go allow for me to go get a new executive because they're not going to left the party somewhere, okay, left all things somewhere go, then there's going to be a vacuum. You're not going to get a big national party, you not get people where they look after them for the time being. So they said this is not the idea when they say, okay, we try not going to convention because what they do, the party go, the time expire, they're not doing by their own and call by their own will. Now, because of this, they get case against them. Now, it make the party time expire. So now they don't solve that case there for go adopt a new constitution so that then we will get new executive who will look after the party. What do you say?
Well, thank you for that because you question and very good. The reality is the so-called mandates where they say they'll expire. Then an aside issue. The issue is they get every avenue for resolve the matter. The so-called injunction. This is what we see so now where NRM basically crumbled. Then we get the power, then get the rights, then get what do you call it? Opportunity for resolve the matter. What happened where beaucoup people don't know on January 10th, 2020, where we filed this injunction. The APC, instead of them say, well, look, cancel all talk, the first way they do, them try for marginalize me. And I'll let people know before the NRM file the injunction, because they speak to you as the former deputy chairman of the NRM. So what they tell you now, the fact. Before the injunction, we went to the PPRC for question that puts local convention. We say, wait a minute. This whole thing about adopting a constitution, you get for give me the constitution, let's see. Whose constitution will they go adopt? They're not give it. So when they talk, for go ask somebody like Yansane for information, the man feels everybody na nothing to run. He feels in a God. So they even give you that platform for even ask and then question. So we ask for the constitution, they're not giving. We ask for the delegate list because they're for publishing. They're not publishing. You don't understand. So then we go file that injunction. After we file the injunction, and by the way, not to be secret, the leadership knows say injunction they come. But again, they lie to the people, they logo, they go all convention. What will slap them injunction? Even at that particular day where the injunction come out, if you pay attention, they may still lie to the people, say, oh, the convention they go on. They were unable to stop with convention they go on. Who done them? This is a high court injunction. You know, they move, if you continue the path, then they hold you in contempt of the court order. You know,
I just want to hold you by one thing quickly. So you have been member of the NRM. Now, yes. All the people and where they get by that first case, the leadership of the NRM, mainly where even the two factions and where we break away, they all say, we don't get a subsequent interview say, them what them they campaign for let the party adopt when are good democratic practices within the party actually don't even do more than they ask for. So it beggars the question now, if you be the part of that organization, when the organization say the party don't even do more than they ask for, why make you still feel say you still aggrieve? And now you describe and say the NRM crumble. Why make?
Beautiful question. The party not giving nothing. The party promise for giving something. You understand? They're not giving anything. And the lawsuit where they drop, if you get copy of them, you go see. Really, the main thing where we go after now the legitimacy of this executive. We question the legitimacy. We even question the legitimacy in line with the Sierra Leone Constitution. We question the legitimacy in line with the APC Constitution. So legitimacy is the thing. And APC not win the case. If we've been going to trial, they're not a win because they not get legitimacy. So legitimacy was the number one thing. So when they say they give we all thing, I don't know what they mean. But I tell you, they're not giving nothing. They promise for giving. The big mistake where nobody not pay attention to, the promise where the boys can't give we, they say we get a consent judgment, which means we make peace with the APC, we negotiate with them, we write already, we put in that paper, they agree to them, we sign, we take them to the judge read them, then at the judgment, consent judgment. And then when we left, if they not do what we want, we get right for go back in the court. You understand? What thing happen where NRM shown at them paper, then do what they call a discontinuation. So when you discontinue the case, means there was no judgment. You withdraw the case unequivocally. There's no, you can't come back. You understand? Then do them without getting anything substantial. So now promise, now empty words.
No, but Mr. Conteh, again, they said they want to sign a memorandum of understanding between the two parties. Then you get signatories them where now people from all the walks of life of the party, and what make I believe say the people when you be there with the NRM, they argue, and then subsequently they all plenty interview. I read TSF the PRO they talk about one interview is that then no see say obviously the party now the current executive they're not going to do nothing right now. If you say they know then time almost done though. Until they adopt the constitution, when they don't see the constitution, then we say that the constitution now aim for bring kind of changes there when they want now the party. So the constitution now any effect for many adopt. So the problem here now is the further the case continue, like when you don't go sue them, so the injunction on cancel, then continuation of this delayance, they unsettle the party, and subsequently they're going to make them adopt the new constitution, we're more democratic, where all man want. Instead, they use the same old constitution where Boku people don't want. Then people they say, well, now lose situation for anybody when even they against the current executive. What do you say?
Well, not a lose-lose situation. What do you don't explain so now? Like if somebody asks you, say count 1 through 10, all right? And then you start 8, 9, 10. You don't left 1 through 7 out. You understand? The APC party, the current leadership, they're not legal. So you cannot take us to convention.
No,
this
was
the reason why.
Mr. Conteh,
oh,
again.
no, wait, give me one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, the reason why we ask for this is they're not legal. So because they're not legal, we ask for an interim body we go take we to convention. What in this they do, down the road, nobody no go cancel we. Constitution review, constitution this, convention that, we know say again for happen. But we want to make sure say the proper people, now they only pen at that time for sign. It not go be the expired executive, it not go be the illegal de facto executive, bunch of selected members of the executive. So this is the fight.
Okay.
They have to. Yeah,
Mr. Conteh, that same point I want to dig into. This current executive, where you say now illegal executive, people then go doubt him because what they do, they went into a convention 2018. That convention and I select them people there for themselves for another 3 years. Then time indeed don't do now because the 3 years don't pass. But obviously, you not go say then they come out. You get for elect other people then for take the position. So now if you say this current executive not for day, who then go able day now for take the party to convention where go get that legitimacy day when they not elect or select, how they go do that?
Well, thank you. First of all, I only know say until you said 2018, the convention was 2017, right?
Yes, okay. Yes, 2017. Yes.
So 2017, we go to the convention. If you go into the APC constitution, the constitution gets selection. The 1995 constitution, it gets selection, but the selection can only be done by elected members. This is why some people they say selection by election or election by selection, because the elected members now then they come they select. The constitution also they select everybody in the executive. The constitution say you they select the first 2 tiers of the organizational structure of the APC party, which is the constituency level and the district level. Those 2 levels, in the case of emergency, we can select the leaders of those 2 levels. Okay. When it comes to the regional, they have to be elected. When it comes to the national, they have to be elected. Now, when you go to the national, the entire secretariat, including the secretary general, no sign other than the APC constitution where say you select the secretary general. So what they try for say, because they go select them all, now make them all illegal, including Anes Koroma and Minkailu, because somebody they say Anes and Minkailu, then they can select them. Yes, they can select them. But the people where they select them, now the 5 members were comprised of what they call the board of trustees. Then 5 people and then are the secretary general and the 4 regional chairmen. Now they can go ahead and select. You understand? So yeah. You cannot select the entire APC. What you call select me or select you. Now go do. It is illegal, completely illegal.
Yes, but again, Mr. Conteh, let's look at what happened in 2017. Yes, thank you for correcting me. 2017, I remember there was an election for constituency executive. Then we do the process for districts. Then do the process for regional. I think that the national delegate conference for go do the main executive. I think by then the people the clear saying is that the process was followed. But now let's say okay, the process was not followed to the latter. But what the military for say here is, and if you say this current executive not for day, how are you able to get the next executive way for day?
Beautiful.
Because you go create a document, I go feel like executive.
Now, beautiful question. So that's why when we file a lawsuit, we put the PPRC and we put so we form an interim body. Okay, the interim body they comprise of respected members within the APC party. Okay,
yeah, but Mr. Conteh, let's stop there. Who would that go elect or select the interim body?
Good. The interim body, when they lost the case, said they're not legal. We got to remove these people. When they lost the case, said they're not legal, the APC party, I'm sorry, the APC membership, okay, especially we were on TINA before, for puts this, for make sure say we get the right thing. We, along with the PPRC, they form an interim body. Now, if we get situation where we're able to form an interim body, people are still alive. We've been go register with party, now the PPRC. Then can take and give it back to them. We're in a worst case scenario. But we for able to come together.
Mr. Conteh, again, the process here, this is why people are confused. Because what you don't describe, so that is another undemocratic process. Because then people know that that it is, because then people they say so custodians them who that get an authority there according to the constitution where then go waiting and call why the one the way they already where we will say then why so now is within a week or two we they adopt a new constitution. That new constitution then they can bring into we they were very, very democratic. When I believe say most people, even in Sierra Leone and the other opposition party, they say this new constitution where APC don't draft for themselves is already one of the most democratic constitution where any party gets in West Africa. So why we not go patient? People then they say, why you not go patient? When we adopt this constitution, then the democracy starts. Instead of we say we go like why they say also PPRC or the general membership. Just imagine a party will get millions of members. General membership they try for pick people for put them now for being an interim body. Don't you think of the chaos that will ensue?
It's not going to be chaotic. You know what's happen is the reality is they're not legal. They not get the legal. What you know they understand the interim body will they form. You understand the interim body they get maybe 90 days. 90 days for conduct all these elections. We come with it because at that time, they are in charge. Okay, we make sure that the PPRC give them the legitimacy. Then they get 90 days for conduct all these elections. We go to the National Delegates Conference. Now they go hold. They're not there for run for anything. Their own job now for make sure say everything go smoothly accordingly. But right now, as it is
Conteh, again, and it's emphasize on this question. You know, Sierra Leone, you sabi salon politics. You don't know how salon politics they operate. A party of million members there. For go select how many people then? When for give 90 days, when they go run the party, basically. Do you think so that exercise they go come out easy? You say not gonna be chaos. What are the criteria for select for make sure say now this person for select this person? How you gonna come up with all those sorts of things?
Easy, like I tell you, in a situation like this, lauded for that. You understand? The worst case scenario, they will give the party back to the people who will register. And these people, from them, we give them the mandate based on waiting the lawyer they give the verdict, then follow everything to the letter. We get a democratic executive where they go adopt the new constitution. Then that time, nobody know who cancel. We say that man will be signed there. It not be legitimate. That man will be signed in term of office, they don't expire. That man will be do this. So this is the reason. It's simple. You know, we they take them, we fix them, then we move forward. The thing is, I want to let people know. I don't explain to you how they're not legit. They themselves know that. You understand? They're not legit. That's why they're not even going to trial with the NRM case. Because they don't get for win. The Constitution of Sierra Leone say in section 35(2) that every political party for follow the model of political practice of the country where the country they practice. Sierra Leone is a democracy. Every political party for be a democracy. And Eskoroma take a democratic party when at the APC. It turn them a dictatorship. So we not go see that man they go sit down, they go sign anything. Somebody go sue we down the road. So right now, the two they say will be chaotic. No. Worst case now I give you. Wait, I give two options.
Mr. Conteh, you made a big allegation here. Say an Escoma take APC party, it turned them into a dictatorship. How? Explain, please.
Beautiful. When Escoroma Komos Sobe can join APC, APC was democratic. From 1995, when they write the 1995 Constitution, to 2005, APC been gets 5 chairmen, including Ernest Koroma, which means people they hand over, wait and time done, then go. you know. I think one pandemic died, you know. But I can remember I remember say we get the late Alhaji S.A.T. Koroma, we get I think Yambasu, we get Chukuma Johnson. I forget the other person. I don't think saying being Batch Conteh, but somebody else. I think a Batch Conteh, and then we get an Eskoroma. You understand? The APC elect an Eskoroma 2001. So now Democratic Party, we elect him as leader of the party. 2005, we come back in a convention, we re-elect an Eskoroma. You understand? Then 2005, we make the biggest mistake. We get on the chairmanship because they say he need for they in charge for let go win election. So they get all the party, they get everything. From where an Eskoroma hold up, Tetos how they so will not get election or conventions. You understand? So that is the problem right there.
No, but why did you not? People will ask back, say, why you not be challenging them?
Take with party.
No, but why the APC party as an old party?
So what?
I say why you as an APC member then send and they no less than concerned and they pass now. Beautiful.
Well, that means that you see, what's it happen? Me raise them where an Eskoroma sitting president. And not just begin this. People will know where in the social media back in 2017, when they see me postings. After the convention of McKinney.
No, but you attempt to take the party to court by then. Why don't you take the party to court by then?
Well, I have been to tell you, right after I come on McKinney, October 16, October 17, I've been then a law court. I go to Guma building. I go meet with a magistrate. The man look me and I laugh. He said, if you take them one in court, he said, they go nyaka you. Because at that time, an Eskoroma was the sitting president. Mind you, an Eskoroma been powerful, and he been threatening members of the APC, and he been put on a jail. You know, put no SLP people in a jail. All of that jail na APC people. You understand? So them been afraid of. The judge tell me plain. He said, I don't go lie, but he said, they go nyaka you. Na exact word done. Now he said, I get land for sale. I just win case for land, take him money, buy land. He said, but if you do this, he said, then they send you Pademba Road if you get luck. He said, if you not get luck, then go kill you. So the fight, not until they are started.
No, but Mr. Conteh, again, people then go say, if Mr. Conteh na a genuine fighter for the party, na somebody we ready for tina for party for brinker democratization, that's for be a good example. Even if they na kanyaka you, for sure say yes, you not possible ready for democratize this party. Maybe if that lawsuit for be don't go, the predicament of the party there so now enough for be don't do. So why you not be do them then? If they do them now they will say the opportunity they take because you take and say the party they in opposition, the ruling party go aid and abet you for do that because obviously it's easier now when the party in opposition. What do you say?
Good question. Very good. My friend, by the way, you're very good. I like your questions. So yeah, the day I go, the judge he said, himself not go take the case. He said, I guarantee you, nobody in this building not go take your case. You know what I mean? And so based on that, and I've been there for travel back, so I come at the US. The reality remains. The area where they say, why not now? When we join with the NRA, if anybody go back to the archives, one of the things we've been push for, one year and Eskoroma the respect for let get a befitting exit. Let it look say, okay, even though what I do and all, according to them paper, I know legit. Let me let bow out respectfully. So one year that respect there for let bow out, you know, and you know do one. In fact, as early as August of this year, people are still endorse him for let continue as chairman of the APC. You know, come out and say, oh, I don't want this endorsement or I'm not interested. It just keep quiet. So he left people for speculate and say, well, I think that this man is interested, you know. But I just want to give you that we fight, not till today begin. I begin the fight when an Eskoroma was still sitting president of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Conteh. And again, what to make they do, they ask them question here. So get plenty people. And I want to tell people in the chat room, thank you, plenty. Do not continue for share because the number don't mount. I want by the time they almost end this program, don't go over up to 400-500 people. We will continue for share. Today we'll get Mr. Alfred Conteh now, when are the chief litigant for this case here and are the only litigant. And already in America and put this lawsuit where they don't snap this injunction by the APC party. And again, Mr. Conteh have been member of the NRM, where we take the APC at the first case. So that means it don't broke away from the NRM because the NRM feel say they don't get what them they look for, what them they be fed for. Mr. Conteh, now people then go say, APC people then go say, let's say Mr. Conteh is right about all what they say. But looking at the predicament of the APC party, where the members and the others they intimidate and do them so many things, the party they face so many challenges with the current administration. When they try for threatening them, you see even the members of parliament and kick them out of parliament. Then they do so many things. The members them so many incarcerated them, so in the prisoners when they talk right now. So all lengthy in the why would Mr. Conteh not allow make APC move ahead with this new constitution where everybody accepts this new constitution is very, very democratic. This current administration probably go get for beyond get another 1 or 2 weeks. Then the time don't adopt the new constitution. And that's telling them maybe then bring another interim body for take care of all the election there. Why you not be patient if he now possible like APC and while the APC be successful going forward? What do you say?
Well, first of all, they want to adopt a new constitution. Even the process, how they want to go about it, is illegal. Now, the National Delegates Conference for adopt the new constitution. Now, like I say, then create unnecessary thing. Most thing,
Mr. Conteh, let's just interject finally quickly. Because myself, I'm not good for constitution business, but I'll be watch that side. They said NAC can adopt the constitution according to this current APC, an extended NAC, then call them. Instead, I can adopt a new constitution. Go ahead, sir.
Good. So what they can do now, I don't tell you so. Then create unnecessary emergency. Okay? I want you to people know the NRM. Now we initiate the negotiation process with the APC. Now we say, no, can't talk. We will not file lawsuits against you. But we want talk. We want to appoint somebody who will mediate between we and UNA. So now we write letter to the APC secretariat, the de facto APC secretariat, and say, hey, we want to get communication. We want to talk. And they not come out for talk to me. It takes 9 weeks. 9 weeks after we write them, say, let we talk. Now the time, after 9 weeks, they not come to we. Now we raise up a concern. We ask them, say, hey, we not write to 9 weeks ago. When I began with letter, now the time now, I think in 72 hours, they find the mediator. So somebody come and mediate between the NRM and the APC. So that's how they try to tell you. After we file a lawsuit in January, they get February, March, April, May, June. That's 5 months. They don't do anything until we come back and say we want to talk to them. And then 9 weeks elapse. But at that time, they may get plans. They get their own plans. It's just that when we go in and begin the negotiation, they drag their foot. When the term expire, now the tenant call, say, oh, we got to do this, then they go sign the MOU. The MOU, it don't mean anything. The MOU is just what you call like a table of content or agenda for a meeting, waiting they will get for follow. It don't mean saying anything. They go sign them. Item number 1 on the MOU, then so on pull the case in court. Now I say, and as Koroma's chairman and leader. Now, man, when me no say, they keep in word. Because after he cast in votes in 2018, it tell the whole world, say, in 3 months, he resign. Now, 3 years, so he's still in our power. They resign. This man not go resign until we pull him finger one by one from the power. We tell and say, Pa, thank you very much. Sidoyanda, if we need you, we will come to you. We want to be the ex-president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Left this particular position to vibrant people.
You don't make your own case, but again, people they say, Mr. Conteh is in America. Mr. Conteh and people then they push him for go do this case here. Because Mr. Conteh, you know, not the kind of salon, not get all the way to go when the case get for the go on in America, peacefully sit down and get people all night. So how do you finance all this? Because for case na leng high courts and they get lawyer them na salon, this everything now big money. Is it true that there are people supporting you when a big guns in at the APC party?
It's not true. Nobody that supports me. We get a group. Like I tell you, while Ernest Koroma was sitting president, we formed what we call the ARM, which is the APC Reform Movement, Diana America. And we all plight was to make sure we not get this far or reach so safe. But what thing happened? When they look for befitting exit, Ernest Koroma get the same promise all the time. The power and go, yeah. We don't talk to the power, they can't go. The power no one power, I won't go. But like how somebody say, when they come, they endorse him as chairman. When somebody say, even on the next convention, and they grab and nominate you for be chairman again. And as Koroma, no, they deny. You know, they say, no, no. It just they sit down, which means he's intended to be chairman for life if he get a chance. So one way what they do, like I say, they remove his finger one by one out of this power. Let go sit down. APC, now we all know, not to anyone get them, not to family property. And by the way, the party office, now Freetown is now all railway line, not to McKinney. We can't be sending, every time people go McKinney, they go make decision. Not meeting McKinney, even the NRM will go there. When they go sign the MOU, then drag them go McKinney. Now Freetown at the head office. Constitutionally speaking, the head office of the APC is in Freetown. Can be anywhere else.
No, that's absolutely true. I believe nobody deny the head office is in Freetown. But again, I'll make this to you because Mr. Conteh, this case gets serious ramification for the party if it linger on, because we know say now we can't see justice in a delay for long. The MP then they want to be kicking a parliament. 30 days they wait in case and pending. So many other cases and pending. 30 days, can you imagine? This is going to 3 years now, and the party get for face presidential election, general election 2023. Don't you think if you for don't be or on a team for don't be for this 1 week, 2 weeks, they adopt this new constitution, because this new constitution will give you and most of the APC them or all of the APC them waiting all the reformers they say they want they by this new constitution. Why people they ask say why Mr. Conteh not go wait, make this new constitution come in, because that's ending now ain't go get an opportunity for able to campaign freely and everything is proper election process where at least then it puts the party again a better footing going forward. Because the case here is when people they make against you lawsuit is that the party they face plenty intimidation in the country. So the party begin first lawsuits from young people them again will just make the situation even worse. So what thing are you want to take that in terms of helping the party moving forward? People they say Mr. Alfred Conteh for pull this case in a court, make it allow maybe in a week or so, then they go by the new process now. The new process with the new constitution. If anybody want better now, that's telling that you get even bigger waiting and calling bigger support, because waiting new people then go say, well, this is the new constitution. Why you want better? What you say?
Well, first of all, the people where they say so, I want to let them know something. My lawsuit get one way, the only way they come on a court, where you don't say law the case and they take years. The only way me on the come on a court, now where Ernest Koroma and the executive dissolve and drop the power, we form, like how they say, either we form an interim or we hand over back to the people who will register the party.
No,
they take with a convention,
are you saying your own group?
Follow the guidance of the... Well, now two options. Number one, we can use the people who will re-register the party, so somebody not feel say we get any ulterior motives. Or say, hey, we want this person. Now that we implement them in charge. We can get stiff guidelines. You know, the reality is The only way we have done this, one thing they can tell me, all the people when we call the labelers, where they call me, now for pull the case, not because they want to pull the case for the sake of the party, now for themselves. Now them back one camp, they want themselves and a shortcut for them. But these people, when they call me, what do they tell me? What do they tell me? Bruh, the party big pass we all. For the sake of the party, do you have now for pull the case? What do me want to tell them is, for the sake of the party, do you have una go tell an Eskoroma, like resign in the executive. They're not legal, they take a party. You know, like what they say, people they suffer, the opposition, this and that. Now, because of ineffective leadership. He's the worst leader of any political opposition in the world.
Yes,
he
but
cannot
Mr. Conteh
effectively function in that capacity.
They are the same segment again. Now, it make people then say they don't get you. Have you seen the new constitution, sir?
No, I asked you the same question. Have you seen the new constitution?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay.
Because I
I'll tell you something.
Me say so like democracy.
Lago, I don't say you don't drive this constitution for long. I'll give you this, okay? The NRM, the ARM, and every other reform movement out there, they're not asked for new constitution. We ask for a constitutional review. We ask for a constitutional amendment. Remove selection. Put term limits. Separate the leader and chairman. Avoid giving one person multiple appointments, like how has been they do, because now been cabal. It take one person.
Let me ask you, say, if you don't see the new constitution, because that is what the new constitution have done.
Hold on. When you say new constitution, what do you mean? I know the question. This is why I not look at new constitution. If you tell me, say, have you seen the amended constitution? Then we will talk. You understand? We don't ask for new constitution. You know what's in there behind the new constitution? You know the trickery where they behind the new constitution? The trickery is when an Eskoroma been there sobe, the people who suffer at the APC, the people who risk their life, the late SAT Koroma of blessed memory, when I've been chairman and leader of the party, we push for a new constitution. The people that were writing, I think one of the SAJ prior to waiting, when they come together, they put them. Now they named them at the 1995 constitution because now they have been the chairman and leader at that time. What do we do now? When we write a new one, we pull the name. You know what I mean? Now they be chairman and Eskoroma, secretary general Yansane. And by when you think of the two, they're not get the legitimacy for even put the name in our constitution. So we let's say amend the SAT Koroma editorial constitution, amend the old constitution. APC don't they long before an Eskoroma can join. One thing I want to address, because the last time I said that, I know say the de facto secretary general Yansanego say and has been on the APC long time ago. From 1978. 1978, Sierra Leone was a one-party state government. No other party not been there but APC. So that's not the option. If you want to become parliamentarian, now under APC you go wrong. So you try for run under APC. Because all man will be APC.
But Mr. Conteh, that case where they make so, they say, you want to say, now length of service na party or na capacity per party. Now what you capable for do for the party, or now I'm say I don't serve in the party. Now I for look for good position.
No. Well, I believe in effectiveness. So when you say capacity and length of service, I don't know the difference.
Yeah, what
I believe in effectiveness.
Because you mentioned
how you able to work. How you able to work?
Absolutely.
How you able to work now they look at. But what they try to explain? What they try to explain where 1978 now be one party state. 1991, October 1st, when Momo signed multi-party democracy. Now we see the true color of the real APC people. They left now APC. We see the true color of the opportunists. They left APC. And Eskoroma was one of them. Not to be ever APC. It been just there because it not been get option. When they get option, it jump, it goes sobe. When they see say sobe no go able win a national election.
Again, I'm not saying you blame Ernest Koroma, but let me play Ernest Koroma in part. Ernest Koroma take APC where APC didn't have the doldrums. In fact, APC becomes strong like the opposition. In fact, it bring APC in a power. And by the time he left the country, me and you go agree say, but the APC party them more don't get of late. Before get democracy, or since we don't get democracy in that country, they and Ernest in leadership did actually bring real developments in the country. We make people now they look APC with good eye because at some point when they talk so after where NPRC call them pull APC in a power, everybody know they think about APC safe. APC was being looked, people in the shame was saying like APC, but Ernest Koroma managed.
Yeah, but we not be shamed. We not be shamed. Yes.
Yes, no, but Ernest Koroma managed for take the party from them doldrums in there. Take him strong opposition, take him in governance, and deliver way kind governance. So at one way or the other, we people in the APC they say, but Ernest Koroma one way or the other, we get to appreciate the APC because APC under Momo, like Joseph Saidu Momo, now be really a failed administration. Where even Joseph Saidu Momo himself now acknowledge that he don't fail the nation. What do you say to that?
Developments. Wait till I let you understand, okay? Joseph Saidu Momo we compare, say fail. It really, instead of admit, say fail the nation. You understand? In terms of the level of development where we expect. But today, when you look at this, Joseph Saidu Momo, a legacy, they live for eternity, as long as Sierra Leone day. Then go say Joseph Saidu Momo, now bring multi-party democracy. Joseph Saidu Momo, now bring build law courts. Now make, people become lawyer in Sierra Leone. Joseph Saidu Momo, now bring school of medicine, where somebody they become qualified, trained medical doctor in Sierra Leone. So those are in the legacy. So when you say fail complete, you don't fail. You get things there. Now,
yes, as compared to Joseph Saidu Momo in term, now we see the salon economy. We say big sense now, good one, where a really stumbled, serious one. That is a fact. And yes, where Ernest Koroma come, in terms of legacy and Joseph Saidu Momo, you cannot compare it. Let's be honest here.
So now I want you, I'll give you the same option. I'll wait for Ernest in legacy. Show me.
Ernest in legacy. First of all, Ernest, plenty people that will tell you say, Ernest, a build over 2,000 kilometers of road in current time in Sierra Leone. Ernest Koroma na don't do am. Ernest Koroma to the APC party is strengthening the APC party in a sense. APC become attractive to so many people. APC, even with the people in the diaspora, APC, the diaspora become a sixth region. So even within the APC itself, Ernest Koroma strengthen and build a structure for where APC will stand tall, like when they stand tall. So even when they're not in governance. I don't lost your volume, Mr. Mr. Alfred, I don't lost your volume. You hear me?
No, they hear you. Yes, I hear you. They hear me.
Okay, but don't move the discourse because the discourse about this case here. Don't forget about the APC, the late president in waiting and call. What do they try for? Many people say in the chat room. This is not only me. People say in the chat room, they respond to you. Say, oh, Mr. Alfred Conteh, with all length way he talks, so say, then go form an interim body. Does Mr. Alfred Conteh really believe, say, if APC come on a power, if their executive are come on just now, then create big vacuum. Everybody begins scramble for position. It will be easy because all man go want get young people for their interim body. So does Mr. Alfred Conteh feel say chaos not go happen at all? Big infighting where people say they get the potential for even destabilize the old party structure. They say if you don't believe that happen, this miracle go happen.
No, it not get for happen. It not get for happen. I only know that say not get for happen. The whole fight, I want to let people know. And that's done in charge of the APC, like I said, 20 years as leader. So now don't build this whole team. Now people are sabi. Some people don't even feel say, now make some man say, oh, go now here, they go endorse back. Because they don't know how they go live without him. What do we say to them people in there? or what you call the sycophants, what would they say to them? The party big pass and Escoromar. The two way they say and Escoromar resurrect the party? No. People in their way, now this diaspora, we sell the house for go the 2000 for go support APC 2007. Then do everything, make sure say we win the election. 2007, even na monkey bin they win. When Anes Koroma appoints Dr. Samura, which also is illegal, nowhere in our APC constitution, they don't say one person, they appoint person. No sign of it. But no, left that side.
You say Anes Koroma, one person, I appoint Samura Kamara.
I pick. Now speak. Ura pick. Now Anes Koroma pick.
No, but according to the people they say we contest, I don't talk to Posse where in a big candidate. Say Anes Koroma and select consult with key stakeholders, then the candidates then. And choose the candidates where and facing are the best candidates. Now candidates will contest the election and say so on this platform. What do you say to that?
So prior to the convention, Dr. Samura ever come out and say he interested in running for the flag bearership? Prior to the convention.
Prior to the convention. Well, most of the candidates, when they call the candidates, I mean, seen at television, when they call the candidates, where they say there is contest, when they go make that meeting to annex in place, Dr. Samura was there. So I presume he was part of the candidates.
Yeah, because they know 9 months earlier, they may not pick the man. They don't get the banner, they don't do everything. So when they say, all come, they just say, grab, come, can't take come. But the reality is, we all know the real candidates that we've been there out. We go out, we get a crowd, we declare, we team up and talk to people. The man never do them. But I don't want to go to that because I don't want to go into any candidates, the nitty-gritty. You understand? I don't want to go into any of those. The reality is, what happened at McKinney was a crime. Themselves have not going to deny it. You understand? No sign order in our constitution where say one person they go choose. And let's not consult the stakeholders. Now the very hall where they give Samura, people ask if Sabiam. People ask if you Sabiam right now the hall. So me now go back to that. What they try to say to you, right? We're moving forward. Moving forward, for now not get confusion at this party, because right now, the current establishment, even though they say, let's go into democracy, let's adopt new constitution, like I say, let we do this, let we do that, they don't begin to tell people already the plans where they get. CDI at Tunis, they got in up, what he say? He said, we know how we they do them. We'll go inside that hall day, we know what they tell the people. We're not go inside that hall day like that. We're go inside that hall day with an interim leadership where they make sure, say, now fair ground, free and fair, may the best man win. Now in this fight.
Okay, Mr. Conteh, the case, who's standing for call the first sitting for this case here?
The first sitting are the 15th.
Now the 15th, do you intend to attend at the court session?
It's a likely probability. There's a likelihood, yes.
So who are the people they handle for you the case na salon? I mean the lawyer them, you don't people that know about them, the people that you team.
No, I know, yeah, I know go when I will find out on that day, I know go give you people in the names, you know. The reason is I don't think say it will be proper, you know.
No, but those are your legal representative, then a lawyer, then me say can be your lawyer. So I don't think there's a problem saying that this I'm a lawyer.
No, it's okay. I will consult with them if they're willing. If they want me to do them, I go do them. But I not go just do them out of my own, you know.
Mr. Conteh, many people are saying most of what they say is like you've been put out there to play a role for certain people where they behind you. And this question keep coming up and up and up and up. So I make I ask you, so because everybody they say the same thing here. So are you really sure say not to that today for at all? This is a young group, you know more, and I did another group. The AI.
Well, not to beautiful. Me not to the leader of the group, not to me one of the group. We get a group. Definitely, we get a group.
Who are the leader?
But I tell you, hold on. There's no stakeholder. There's no former politician. There's no current politician. There is no executive. My brother, for the good of the party, I only believe this. For the good of the party, now do this. We make sure, say, once we're done, there will be no more, nobody not go grab for sue. Even if you want sue APC in a life, sue not get for day. This is called the sue proof. APC now one bill. When we left this day, people go say, you know what, because no one person not go powerful the way our Neskoroma powerful. That's number one. Number two, we make sure say we clear every legal doubt. Right now, the biggest legal cloud we hang over the APC. Now the legitimacy of this particular executive for able for take we into a convention. Then they now want fix. My brother, easy. Let them just come out and with the exception of
Neskoroma, you say we get to a group. Who don't know the chairman of the group? You say not in the leader. Who don't know the leader?
Well, me are the founder of the ARM, where we call the APC Reform Movement. On that group, me are the leader.
We form a group called, who are the other members? And people
hold on. Then we form another group where we call the APC Progressive Alliance. When a group of members, some members from the NRM, we don't agree with what they go on, and members from the ARM, we don't agree with what they go on. We form what we call APAL, the APC Progressive Alliance. So that alliance, nine day behind this lawsuit. This lawsuit is Plan B. And also, beaucoup people don't know. One thing where the executive they do, they know they communicate, they get a habit for downplay imminent danger. Like how they want downplay future lawsuit we get for come na APC if we not fix a problem now. This lawsuit be non-come. Where it come, then downplay them. Comrade Boumne, Suleimani Boumne Kamara, been getting on case still with the NRM. Now, the one person where we refuse for sign.
I say, who are the other people who are in this group?
I don't know if the internet, it don't stop back. Hello?
Yes, you get me now?
Yeah, they get you, but very dull. I don't know.
But you get me now loud and clear?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I get you now, but not loud, but you manage. Go ahead.
Okay. I say, people then go want to know who are the members them na this particular group. One or two members, even for the benefit of people. I'm going to say yes. Then people are members in that group.
All right. Well, we get the chairman when the very comrade Boumne, because usually then tear the post ready on the ground. Now you make the chair. You know what I mean? He's the chairman of APA, and in lawsuit be there. So we file this as a backstay in case the other one then go use means for pull up. So this is the reason why we get another injunction. I believe said and they wish them in get our first case. Now we get someone like Bulldozer, the reform Bulldozer. It in the US with we get Issa Kanu, where they call senator. It in the US here with we get Mustafa Conteh. It in the US here with we get the Honorable Dauda Jawara Mansare. We get a lot more, a lot of people there with where we form the APC Progressive Alliance. And the movies, we want to make sure, say, we legitimize the next executive. We go into a convention where nobody not go feel marginalized. But if we go into any convention now, people go think, say, they don't play the game.
Mr. Conteh, what will be guarantee, say, and let me say, let's play the devil advocate. You say, let them people that come out. Then people that decide for come out. Then somebody want to choose any interim body. Other people not go take them back in the court. I must lawsuit and go come because other people will say yes. This interim body is not legitimate. They not get right for Lily party. So how long they go they pay this?
So yeah, that's the burden of proof with them. The grab no more you file lawsuit. You got to look and first if it's legit. If they get anything where they go court say the interim body not legit, then can court them. But then make we go through the court system.
There's no mechanism that the party in constitution where allows say the current body can just disappear, create a vacuum, and the one old party begin come interim executive.
Well, we go back to the party in constitution. There is nowhere in the party constitution where say one great man go pick with flag bearer. No sign, no the way say that.
No, but
there's
that
nowhere
is,
in the party. Hold on now. Now you bring them all. There's nowhere in the party constitution where say then for select you select me, I select you. So that thing and the constitution they never obey. But the Sierra Leone constitution give the PPRC right for step in a situation like this. That's why they're the fourth defendant.
Okay, Mr. Conteh, let acknowledge people that are the platform for us, because we get plenty people that are the platform. We don't patient. I believe say they're really happy for get you. I mean, you give for me directly as well. I want to tell people that say tomorrow we'll get Ojukutu Macaulay at this particular platform. They will the founder and the CEO of this particular platform, Mr. Prince Emil Kroma. And they get plenty team for talk about journalism in the country, issues all they happen, how the people them expect journalism for all government accountable. Journalists they do that or they do that. At least tomorrow we'll carry from Ojukutu Macaulay. Then Saturday when they come, the next Saturday, will they continue with serialization of the potential flag bearer for 2023. Now this platform we don't interview Dr. Samuel Kamara, we don't interview Dr. Richard Conteh, we don't interview Dr. Almami Petito Koma, we don't interview Honorable Kemo Sise as well. So this Saturday they come, we get Alaji Chief Tonkla Bangua. This now another APC flag bearer, aspiring APC flag bearer, where we don't aspire for 2018 and he aspire back for 2023. So that program again for this Saturday, 8 p.m. Tomorrow program, not forget at 9 p.m. And today, we get now, so we brought out Mr. Alfred Conteh. Me, now I'm host and presenter. Mohamed Kamara, but plenty people can call me Supermed. So I want to thank you again and want to comment you all welcome. The comments are plenty. I'm not able to read them all, but we appreciate the contribution greatly. And some of them, they pick them up and they ask the question to we guess now today when I'm Mr. Alfred Conteh. Mr. Alfred Conteh, the issue here is you say that not going to be now. The people go say too wrong does not make it right. Let we agree say people them don't do something we're not correct. If we say can do something we're not correct, how that we able to push the party go forward? Because definitely if you say them bring an interim body when the constitution not provide for that at all, for let one party make that interim body they come in, then definitely somebody say go sue. We're not going to have people like interim body. They say, no, that interim body is not democratic, it's not a power constitution. What are we going to do then?
Well, like I say, when lawyer then they handle the case, then they follow the legal path. Okay? The law say we need for the law say we need
Yes, but Alfred, you don't force back. Hello, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Look like so we don't lost the brother. I think say good time for January back. We don't lost the brother. And very interesting topic today. We don't ask most of the question and where people they ask, we say, we ask. The brother Alfred Conteh, and the chief litigant, is be saying that the only litigant for this case here, so against the APC party. So now we get now so today we ask them all the questions I put forward. We get for ask the tough question them so that any two people they think about, we don't put them before the guest today. And we not go be the judge. Me na this we already ask the question. Not only the judge, we just they ask the question them for make people they know waiting they behind this waiting at the issue where this man take the party, the APC party gonna court. So long patience and back. I think say go January anytime soon. Anytime soon, Mr. Alfred Conteh will join we.
Hello? You see me, they hear me? Yeah, they hear me?
You don't turn over for turn. Wait till I'm if you can. But if you're not able to, never so still there you.
No, me, have you said me okay? I don't know.
No, you turn sideways. Now for rotate like turn, yes. No, the other way, yes, the other way.
Right. Like so.
Yes, thank you and welcome back. Yes, so fine so. Because we can't try for round up now. Because we don't take too much of your time. Yes, Mr. Conteh, you hear me?
Yeah, they hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I saw the first for round up now.
Okay.
Going forward, by this case here, so for the interest of the people, if the APC people them can't tell you the APC people the way you want fight for. If then turn to you say, Mr. Conteh, you want fight for we. We're glad we appreciate you. But now, while you patient we make we able to go by this convention, adopt this new constitution, and so that we're able to get all the laws there, because all what you say, what you fight for, they by this new constitution. What you go say to the APC people when they say so?
Well, that's a very good question. And I would say dynamic, not a thing I no anticipate. But the fact for the people, because one thing where you know, how many people in APC no say an Eskoroma, first of all, waiting and doing a McKinney be wrong. It will not be cool. But people, they actually, if we're stupid as a party, you know, APC says, I don't see don't you know. So, but people don't get the know-how for see waiting we see we make they do this. We not they do this because we hate an Eskoroma. I don't tell people, I get pictures with them. I tell them thank you, the roads the way you say, because I've been at the peninsula, see how we don't what he do. Because I remember having to go through them gallop the day, they tell we better what they did not power. So it do well, reality. But when it comes to the affairs of the party, I get F. I know say people they wonder. When you get cabal, they run the political aspect of the party, it is shrink. But could people not get interest in the party? You see now they make noise, but no people of caliber, we not get no interest in APC. I was a fundraising director. People in there what they call, they say, hey, that party will get chairman for life. And now they put money there. You understand? And these are all things where an Eskoroma can get chance for deny. You know, do one. So the fact or the fact so, whether the crowd there with we, the crowd not there with we, will not say at the end of the day, when it's done, right now, so man go vex for we. But when it's done, then go say this thing, it better them effect. So no get no problem again at APC. Now they try for do.
But Mr. Conteh, again, as with the faithful roundup, I need to ask you this question because people they ask. The issue here is where APC began case. Now court when they pull with MP they, I think you remember when they pull out 10 MP them, when 9 in total. When a big case, where APC go to a court, none of the judges then that case they take to the bench. So why make you feel say your own case, where you go to a court, then take a one thing?
Well, I'll tell you what's up. I don't know if you all like you the background. I make well man they say, well, just let them go adopt the constitution and they laugh. The APC as a party, they fought tooth and nail for block my own lawsuits. You understand?
No, that is the question. Why did they block them? But their own lawsuits, when they pull MP there, when a big issue, people when they don't elect for going to parliament, then pull them, then replace them, put other MP them. That case day, 30 days from 2018, 30 days that case day, they not call it. But your own case, when maybe a couple of months ago you could say, why make you feel say they call your own case? That big case they not call them.
Well, I don't know if because I'm not going to give you the dates, but I believe say the MP in case they may call them, and in fact they call them, then give the ruling. Now technicality they pull away MPs them. Only we know that. Now technicalities. Because if you hold office, no, always follow the law. Now, the same law they bite whistle right now. If you hold office, you hold certain things, you not resign after certain time, you not qualify for run for this
Mr.
position.
Conteh,
but we take somebody we did it. Because this,
somebody will win, we win. When me know, I know him. I know him. I know him like possible. I know say if you don't resign, for in work, you get a letter for sure say don't resign. You get all thing. All what they say if the accountant they pay money, well, if not we don't close the account they save. That same account they say no, when they not be no say don't close, they pay money inside it. What about the man in the resignation, the acknowledgement, all that and put our side? You think that is justice?
No, it's not justice. But again, I know they go into, I don't know the details for that. And waiting and do, if these people were legal, then pull them, it's not right. You understand? But I know few where really they don't concede. They don't say yes. The law bets them. So then they wait for run the next time. You know? Again, waiting all this now because all this now.
Another typical example, the petition where Sylvia Blythe make against President Malabio in election 1. That's after the election. Now this BMBN they don't call that case. That is over nearly 2 years plus. Your case, what I tell you say, your case, you don't say where you come up with time, you don't pass 5 months. But then call your own case. You're not suspicious, says something is happening, and you're not suspicious.
So Sylvia Blythe in case they're on right now.
Yes, after
they're on,
2 years, yes.
And yes, they're on right now. So the justice system, the mechanism in the justice system, I'm not going to tell you why. But the reality is, I know say if you follow the rules, you cross your T's. Mind you, Sylvia Blythe, where you bring so. Now, very important aspect. This woman take it upon herself for fight the system. You know, say no get lawyer, now your own self lawyer. So the procedure, it can go in, but when filing case, there was no mistake. I try to give you. You don't do all this thing. Ask yourself, what's in Eskoloma, Yansane, Samura, and others? What in and don't do towards supporting this woman? The answer is nothing. This is the danger of selection.
Mr. This is not the issue. If they don't support and say, what's the time for talk now? What many people they ask is Mr. Conteh not suspicious? Say, all the way America, he filed a case against APC party. Before you remember, they don't snap the injunction against APC party. But APC party, other case where people file, when don't take past 2 years on a baby case massive constitutional abuse case You know, Stephen case where I give you example, nearly 3 years before they call her. They say, you know, if you say it's suspicious, say there are people who go use your case for ulterior motives for their own benefits. So it's, you go get your own different intention, but they could use your case and drag that case in the legal system for ages. Meanwhile, that's the weak in the party, maybe the party will prepare for come 2023 election and then lose the election. And all that, they say, go then, and what you say?
Beautiful. But I just go, since we talk about case, you know, say the late Solomon Barrow been filed a lawsuit against Anes. When Anes now been sitting president, it protests the election because the first result, it feels that they win. Then they cancel certain votes, we make Anes win. So it protests, legitimately, it protests. How long do you think it take for letting cut that case name? That case go take pass, almost tell the other election come. So that kind of case, I don't go into that because.
But that is what that's the point I want to put to you. So that means whatever administration in governance, they obviously get the advantage. And you as an APC, if this administration in governance, they see people they see say they aid and abet them unconsciously. Maybe you know they do them intentionally, you do them for your own cause. But through your own cause, the current administration is seeing it like you are aiding and abetting them for waiting and want the opposition for DEPA because they go drag them at the court system. Now the case they begin in 15. Who knows when will that case finish? We know case on the salon courts over 1 year plus. So if this case goes in a court for a couple of months, that people they say, the APC, many APC people they say, that would diminish any successive people looking for a mad self for that case they for prepare for going into an election.
Well, number one, what I want to let you know, the case then a court. If an Eskoroma like the party, if an Eskoroma feels say the party big person, if an Eskoroma appreciates the party, it vacates. The day it vacates, we will pull the case in court. But if the case then a court, not because of me, but because of him. So I want to establish that. That case there, we can pull them at any time.
No, but this case, now you take and go to court. APC supporters and sympathizers, the members there, take and say, now you take the case, go to court. So, for like you say, now, and take the party go to court, that's not clear. Now you say you are the chief litigants. And people they say, Mr. Conteh here get the opportunity for all waiting in want. Where he said that this in one, and then reform the in wants na the party. These reforms are already there. Why not go wait one time? Make the people that adopt and reform then they let the party move forward.
You see, the reforms are already there. They're not there. They were promised. They were promised by who? An Eskoroma. An Eskoroma not a keeping word.
No, but what I say, Mr. Conteh, I can tell you, say, I don't see the draft constitution, or maybe I for sell and give you. Maybe you say see him. Maybe you go change your mind after you see him. Don't you think?
No waste, yeah, no waste your time, my brother. No waste your time. I don't need for see him. An Eskoroma.
No, but what you fight for? What you want? Now the party, what you want?
What I want? I want to make sure, say, we have a legitimate executive where they take we to the next convention. So when we come out there with anybody as the winner of the flag bearership, as the winner of any position, nobody no go say, na rogue then rogue we. If this current executive take we inside, there's a guarantee say, then go rogue we.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Alfred Conteh. We don't really exhaust the time. I believe say we don't put plenty question them. The people them, the APC people them, supporters them, sympathizers them will be the judge. So reaching at this junction, I want to tell you thank you plenty. I want to family say tomorrow we'll get Ojuku to my calling at this particular platform here. The CEO and founder, Mr. Prince Emil Kroma, the host 9 p.m. And they can talk about journalism and what's happening in our country. Very important. Saturday coming, we'll get another APC flag bearer aspirant. When na honorable, Alaji Chief Tonkla Bangua, that particular person will get another Saturday, 8 p.m. The usual time where we can host the aspirants. And again, Mr. Conteh, I want to give you the last word. People then say, Mr. Conteh, na APC person, na APC supporter through and through. But when Mr. Conteh they do so, in the door, maybe with genuine reasons. But there are other people out there who go exploit this situation. Take and say, oh, this Mr. Conteh don't give you opportunity for what we want to do. Fine, Mr. Conteh, tell them thank you. We want to do this, we not get man do them. Now, Mr. Conteh don't can give that opportunity for the realist party. And this make sure say the party no kind of power come 2023. So, Mr. Conteh, other APC people go say, Mr. Conteh, with all anything in mind, don't you think you will do use and the APC party, you say on APC, a big favor for allow make them go there this convention so that the party will get the most democratic, that constitution described as one of the most democratic constitution in West Africa will be installed so that this party will become proper democratic party where all in when they talk about all in convention will don't get passed in terms of democracy in the party will be something of the past. What do you say? For round up, please.
Once again, with the current administration in place, anything we do as a party is subject to future lawsuits. They're not legal. The only remedy, let the PPRC come in according to the Sierra Leone Constitution and basically mediate, come form an interim, we move on. The PPRC get it right. We'll take everything, give it back to the registrars, the people who have been go register the party.
And again, sorry, Mr. Conteh, one thing on not church bar, we don't kind of mind me. One of the defendants at PPRC. Why make you add PPRC as one of the defendants? Why make you sue PPRC as well?
Well, first of all, that's not a question for the lawyer. But what you may observe, what I can tell you out of basic common sense. The PPRC, now in the monitor the political parties, their affairs. And when you go into financial probity and you go into illegality, they have to look into the matter as well. So if we need the PPRC, it's not going to be a long thing. We'll go adjourn the case, say, well, we need the PPRC in a court. Then self get for DD right there and can ask them in front of them face. This man tell you, say, then be audit the party on these dates. Not true? The answer again for be no.
But is that why we go sue them? Is that why we go sue them? Because we can call them as witness. Why we need for sue them then?
Again, also, there's something where lawyer then can do a precedent. In the past, everybody who don't sue them party, they sue the PPRC along. Again, what I tell you is common sense. And they use my own judgment. The legal minds then get their own reason for do that. But what I say,
don't you think you as the chief litigant, if you don't find out all in question, I mean, you know what's in the happen, then you just lose your own common sense no more.
No, well, the case still they go on. Not all answer I get for give you now. Sorry. I get for try to make sure say I know implicates myself, I know implicates my lawyers, and I know create something we will kill the case. In fact, if I do anything towards the case, it will be a bentail. I will make you look this way, like how they play ball, where I want to card you, you know? I give you my lower, you go over, so I bang the ball over, so, you know?
Okay,
so now in this interview, but I'm not telling you exactly.
One time you thank you plenty one, for you don't take time off your busy schedule for joining me today. And this platform is always open for you going forward. Maybe you will come back for kind of updates, whatever what's in the happen. Because a very, very interesting conversation we're getting out today, and plenty of people I think this has gone really, really viral because the comments and pass mark. So we appreciate you, and we hope things resolve itself for the sake of the country, because any country where get democracy, the need for the opposition function, and no need for the opposition, they understand still lawsuit after lawsuit, and it's just make the people who rule the country get a field day, which is going to be unfortunate considering the situation that the country elect today. So, ladies and gentlemen, for now, I want to all thank you plenty. I tell you bye-bye. And I tell me, my guest again, Mr. Alfred Conteh, thank you plenty, and bye-bye.